Hello everyone, my name is Mariana Fio and welcome to Quick Policy. In our previous videos, we discussed about election policies to a large extent. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at the basic definition of what policy and laws mean and other related terms. I have on here with me Sylvia Essessien, who is going to be helping us define these terms in simple language. Thank you for coming on set with me.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, well, before we dive in, can you tell us what area or areas of law would you want to specialize in?
I would love to specialize in civil law, also known as civil litigation, because it has to do with things that happen every day around us. It affects our everyday life. So I would love to dive into that.
Okay, yeah. That's very good. So can you tell our viewers, what is your definition of policy and law?
Well, policies are a set of principles that are formulated by an organization or a government, also could be adopted by an organization or a government, in order to achieve long-term goals by said organizations. And laws are simply sets of rules that help to maintain peace and order in a society.
Oh, nice. So can you tell us what is the distinct difference between these two?
Laws are enforced by the courts, whereas policies are not.
Wow.
Yes.
So, law, in other words, what you're saying is that the laws are enforceable in the court of law,
exactly,
while policies aren't.
Exactly.
Okay, can you tell us at what point does a policy become a law?
Well, a law is the end product of a policy. It has to be addressed by the ministry. For example, a policy that has to do with education could be addressed by the Ministry of Education, and if approved by the minister, goes ahead to the president or the National Assembly, where it goes through other processes before it becomes a law in its own right.
Okay, so what procedure does it take for a bill to be passed into law?
Well, there are basically 3 steps for a bill to be passed into law. They are called, or rather, the first reading, the second reading, and the third reading. The first reading is kind of like the bill is obviously given to the clerk of the National Assembly. The clerk reads it and then forwards it to the National Assembly, either the House of Representatives or the Senate. Now, at this stage, this is the second reading now. When it's forwarded, it's the second reading. At the second reading, the Senate President or the Speaker of the House of Representatives presents this bill to the table. And if this bill is supported by any member of the House, then it goes ahead to be discussed and disputed, as the case may be. Now, if this bill is not seconded by any member of the House, then it dies there. It doesn't go any further. Also, the third reading, now this bill is now segmented. It's basically torn apart because you have to get to the root of the bill for it to be passed into law.
By the root, what do you mean by the root?
I mean, the deeper issues about the bill is addressed.
Like where the bill, the need for it.
Yes, exactly. The need, what he hopes to achieve if it's passed as law. Now, this is addressed, and different committees are set up to also address this bill. And the public is also involved in such, because you could, based on public opinion, you say what you want, like what you understand by this bill as a member of the public. Because it doesn't just end at the National Assembly, they also bring the public in.
Oh, that's
so,
nice.
Yes, so as a member of the public, you could also say what you understand, what you hope for this bill to achieve if passed into law, and that is also brought back to the National Assembly, where it is now passed to the president. Wow. So the president has the final say. So the president has
the
deciding factor. Yeah, exactly. So he has a span of 30 days to sign this bill. If he doesn't sign the bill, it goes back to the National And the process starts again? No, it doesn't start again. If That's where checks and balances come in.
Okay.
If the president doesn't do his job, the National Assembly has the right to pass the bill as law.
Wow.
Exactly.
Interesting. So what's the responsibility of the, would I say, citizens in regards to policy and law?
A citizen has to understand these policies and law.
Okay,
Ignorance.
what's the importance of understanding these policies and law?
First of all, you have to understand the policies and laws so that your rights will not be trampled upon as a citizen. And also, understanding these policies and laws help to promote the maintenance of law and order in the society, in the sense that if you're able to understand them, then you would know what you are meant to do as a member of society and what not to do. What could make you end up in jail and what would help to promote, to prevent that. So I think it's important to understand this law and policies, because ignorance of the law is not an excuse. I feel like as citizens of the country, we should be involved in the law-making process.
Wow.
Because who else are these laws made for?
Oh yeah, you have a point.
Because if we don't exist, then there is no government to start with. So the law process and policy-making process has to involve us either way.
Yeah. Wow, thank you so much. It has been really enlightening. Thank you for coming on set to explain all these terms, and I hope we can call on you next time.
Of course. Thank you for having me again.
All right. Wow. We trust that you've been educated and enlightened by this episode, and we hope that you keep watching, keep following to keep up with more policies that will bring in your way, which affects you as an individual. Thank you for watching.